I'm Wale Ogunleye, head of sports and entertainment at UBS, the world's leading wealth manager. And today I have the privilege of interviewing an amazing artist, rapper, legendary musician. Without further ado, I'll introduce Method Man.
It's my pleasure to be here at UBS with you, Wale. Salute, salute.
Nah, pleasure to being here. Listen, let's dive right into it. You grew up not too far from here.
Right, Hempstead, Long Island.
What does it feel like having a world-class arena like this here in your own backyard and you performing at Summer Jam? Tell me, what does that mean to you?
It looks great. I see that the money is going in a good space. I can't wait to just get out there and show the people what I do.
No, I love it. I think we've, last year when we came here, we did a kind of campaign with, local schools, and we saw that the families that were going to benefit from working here at the arena were going.
Yeah,
so it's a big economical boost for
that is
for
important.
the city. So we're happy about that.
Yes,
and happy
sir.
to see you performing. In addition to UBS being a naming partner for the arena, obviously what we do is we manage individuals' wealth. We are the world's largest wealth manager. Our expertise is dealing with individuals like yourself, clients in the entertainment space, helping them in their finances, their investing. And that's gonna lead me to you and your early success as a member of the Wu-Tang. Obviously that came with some financial responsibilities, maybe some investing.
Yes.
Give us your early takes on making a lot of money.
You know how it is when you come from the bottom and all that stuff is brand new to you. Of course you're gonna blow this, you're gonna blow that, and then it's like, what's taxes? What, taxes? We all go through it. I've had a few run-ins with different CPAs and things of that nature, people who dig a little deep in your pocket. And I'm lucky enough to still have a career where I can get back what was rightfully mine that was taken. But I always say this, when it comes to financial literacy, the bottom line is save your money. And if you can buy it without paying for it or barter without paying for it, it's all the better. As far as investments, again, I keep it simple. I invest in myself. I do have a couple of properties. However, small properties, I'm just trying to get my feet wet and learn what the real estate game is about. Right now, HOA is kicking my butt. And anybody that knows anything, they know that, they incur expenses that you wouldn't even think of, and then you have to, well, what is this for, whatever. Anyway, at the end of the day, investing is good, but your first and best investment is in yourself. And Wu-Tang is proven by investing in ourselves and in our brand. We've branched out and now it's worldwide. And
you're gonna be on stage with a lot of emerging artists today.
Yeah.
Give me a couple more tidbits you may say to somebody coming up.
Work on your craft, because that's what's putting the bread on the table.
How have you become a master of your craft?
I still enjoy it. And I think that when you enjoy what you do, it doesn't feel like work. I see a blank slate, and when I look at it, colors jump off of that mug. It's like I'm already creating in my mind what it's supposed to look like, that empty space, always trying to fill that empty space. It's just a beautiful thing, and you don't even know that you're doing the work while you're doing that. So by the time you actually get to the work, you've prepped already, like your inner monologue has prepped you already to be great. And especially with hip hop, the best advice I can give someone that's writing is listen to your favorites, understand what a double entendre is. By all means, create your own lane and run, young man, run. Or young lady, run. Yeah,
definitely. If we took it back to our elementary days where our principals and teachers gave us a grade, what would you give the music industry a grade? And also then I want you to give me a grade on the creatives, the artists,
okay,
or where they're at with it.
The industry gets enough, took them too long to adjust to streaming, to a point where they're drowning and fighting for trying to tread water right now. And I don't think it's really working out, because the way the industry, or rather the way music is received, has changed so much that they either have to adjust or get the hell out of the way. As far as creatives go, the things that we're getting now, as far as music as a whole, it's so many different genres that are crossing into other genres and artists are respecting other. I just seen Sexy Red at a country music concert.
Wow.
That right there says a lot. Who's performing here, by the way? It's like music is always going to trump any kind of ills that go on in the world or in the present world today, but it also speaks to current events, which also makes it just as relevant in everyone's lives as eating.
In your time, your style, your flavor, your voice, that was yours.
Organic,
and,
yes.
Yeah, anybody that bit or mimicked you was seen as a fraud.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
With AI, they have the ability to take your whole aura, demeanor, voice,
yes.
and reproduce that for the masses. Give me your opinion on that.
I'm still trying to figure out AI, but I have seen some things that have made me raise an eyebrow. The Drake diss with the Tupac and Snoop, the fake Kendrick, it's a lot to it. I mean, I think it goes way deeper than that, especially when it comes to IPs for artists that came from my era.
Right.
Because, you know, honestly, I've never gotten a streaming check for any of my music.
Really?
I've never gotten a streaming check for any of my music. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure it all out because there may be someone who can make a perfect mix of the two, where I'm not saying to accept it, but at least make art out of it. And that's what I'm always for, the creative part, the art of it.
If we talk about your longevity,
Yeah.
there's been hundreds of artists within the hip hop space that have not had the success that you have. What would you attribute that success to?
I think the fact that my crew is still tighter than we ever were. We never broke up. We kept our names out of the majority of the controversies. Even when the East Coast, West Coast thing was going on, we were out there recording in the West Coast and we're still out and about and people saw us, but it never really affected us. I think the fact that Wu-Tang is still here is a testament to the work ethic that we had, the fact that it was something no one's ever seen before. And Staten Island, for real. I've seen murals on Instagram of me in Brazil, just me. So that's when you know, man. I mean, some people get geeked off of having their name in the back of the TV Guide crossword puzzle. Remember those? I thought I made it when I seen that.
Oh, that was it. I was going to ask you, when did you know you finally were a household name and you made it?
When I was an answer on Jeopardy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
There's a good segment of our population that has known you as an actor, not even a musician.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah.
And we have a white paper that I wrote called The Next Stage, where we discuss athletes and entertainers navigating that second career.
Yeah.
How have you been able to do that so well?
Woo! I was lucky enough to have my own vehicle in television and the movies, the How High movie and the Meth and Red series, which was, thank you, Fox, it was pretty cool. But I knew I could contribute more to the entertainment business, not just hip hop. I've been there, I've done that, and it got to a point where I wasn't making, I'm keeping it a buck, I was not making money doing shows in the States. We found ourselves going overseas a lot. And after like the 5th time overseas that year, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired. It's not fun anymore. When I get home, I'm gonna fly to LA and I'm gonna put all my chips in that bag. And I could have stayed at a swank hotel, but no, I stayed at my manager's house, slept on the couch next to the dog, Cody. Very humble, very humbling experience. Shout out to Cody. And I just started on my journey from there. First I got mentally right, started getting physically right. Mentally meaning I started taking my acting classes and things of that nature, doing the work. And once I got booked, it just started snowballing. That's when Power called. And once I got on that show, it really showed people not only that I can act, but the work that was done that got me to that point where I can do that.
Yeah, I love it. Are you afraid of, I think that character, it's moved you out of that typecast, like you've now,
I think so.
You're able to portray an attorney.
They call that a character actor right there, man. A character. And it's fun. It was challenging in the beginning, of course, because I'm not familiar with law or anything like that, but they nurture you so much on that show, and Courtney's such a great spirit, you know, kind of walking me through things. You know, most of the crew did that. So by the time it came time to shoot, I was comfortable, and it was just like performing on stage.
We have a partnership with the Premier Lacrosse League. We are involved with Harlem Lacrosse. We're giving underprivileged communities
Yes.
opportunities to,
Yes.
to the sport. It was kind of shocking to see that you were part of lacrosse. Maybe you can give us a little bit of a backstory on that.
Yeah, people didn't know I played lacrosse. I started playing when I was 10, 11 years old. And the last time I played, I was about 14. So it's been a long time since I picked up the stick. I love the sport, man. It was something to do while football season was over. Still physical sport. Basically everything you can do in hockey and soccer with soccer rules. And it's just, you know, it takes a lot of skill. And if you were really good at it, especially in Long Island, because we're really big on sports, if you were like all city, all star kind of guy, you got a lot of respect. It didn't matter what you had. It was just that you were about it.
Why do you feel like it's important for you to advocate for the sport?
I know it's a great cause when you give these kids something to do in these communities, because too much idle time is the devil's work.
Right.
And I know that a lot of these kids can contribute a lot to the sport. And not only that, it takes them out of these environments. I mean, they say you take the kid out of the environment, it could change their whole outlook on the world. And I'm a firm believer in that, you know what I mean? And you also teach camaraderie and teamwork when you are put on in these sports programs as far as teams go. I mean, it's nothing like it, man, you know? And once you learn the sport, it's like you're hooked. And I'm proud to be a part of the PLL, Paul Rabel, those guys, Mike, you know, RJ Kaminsky, he's a barrel of freaking energy, love that dude. Yeah, man, so when we come to your town, just, you know, open arms. We got equipment, sticks, and we ain't there to hurt nobody.
When I got to UBS, the first thing I wanted to do was talk legacy. Seeing my parents, you know, go check to check, maybe week to week, was the only thing that I knew. And legacy was thinking about the big picture. When it's all said and done. For you, obviously now you are a legacy artist.
Appreciate that.
What do you want people to remember Method Man? What's your legacy gonna be?
I was in a collective that changed the spectrum of hip hop, so much so that even after we no longer exist, there's a district named after us that proves that we were here on this planet. So that's dope.
Well, looks like you've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
Appreciate you spending just a little bit of time with me, man. It's a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure.
I want to tell
know
you
how
that you've always been a great example for everybody in our community.
Appreciate
when I
that.
got to go to Indiana University on a full scholarship, I could actually brag about being from Staten Island, which
Talking about it.
wow, it was love. It was love.